Redbeard.
I'm gonna take Gorgonzormu here. I think it's the best card, actually. So, let's take that guy. X or turn. They're both good. I don't think either one is like that good, but let's take a Hex. Our last deck didn't have a Hex, and it feels pretty important to have one. You know the Muffin Man? I know the Muffin Man. In fact, I am the Muffin Man. Let's take that. There's some elemental synergy. We don't have it yet, but we could find some. It's funny. Terra is just probably never the pick, but it's the card I want the most here. I don't like Mecha Shark, and this card's just kind of boring. Hex or no sex? Then I better get a Hex. I'll be responsible here and take the Melt Metal over the Discovery. This card's just really stupid. Spell Coiler. Think Gorgo is better than Glug and Kaligos? I think so, yeah. You do. Due in large part to the fact that everyone has a Hex, everybody has a buy one, get one freeze, and Gorgonzormu's kind of unbeatable if you get it on turn 2 or 3. If you're going first and you get it on turn 3, or you're going second and you get it on turn 2. A lot of the times it's unbeatable. I think it has higher deck and played win rates, probably substantially so than both of those cards. Deck win rate. Gorgonzormo is... Actually, it's not that much higher than Kaligos, but it is higher. Played win rate is higher than Kaligos as well. Glug, I would imagine its played win rate is pretty high. But the games where your opponent can answer it, it's got the 4th highest deck win rate. And that's counting Doc Holiday, which is not in the meta. But quite a bit higher in terms of deck win rate than Glug. And quite a bit higher in terms of played win rate than Glug as well. So statistically speaking, but also my personal preference, every analytical data point says Gorgonzormu is better. But even if it wasn't, and you flip their positions, they're all close enough that I would be happier taking Gorgonzormu. Thing from below is the OG 0 mana 5/5. Until others come along, it's sad to see it being quite bad nowadays. Well, it's been quite bad for 3 or 4 years. There's just not a lot of like good totems you can draft and summon. So if you're discounting it through Totemic Call, it's not very good. If you're playing a 2 mana 3/4 6 years ago, and that's also discounting your 5/5, that was pretty good. Now, if Trick Totem was in, it still wouldn't be great, but I'm gonna take this. I'd be taking Trick Totems at least. She's into Wave. Yeah, you could turn like your 1s into things. It's actually pretty good. Let's go Firelands. Firelands is nice. 2-drop good. These cards are just, they're okay. I mean, I would take Specialist over Trog, although I wouldn't be super surprised if Trog's a slightly better card. I think Watcher's better than both. And Deconstructor's fine too. I also feel like sub-mage decks actually want an Arcane Intellect. They have a ton of card generation. I'm a Trog main. You like Trog main? I hate the cards that hurt me. And they're not that good, you know? It's like, it's not like... I mean, compare it to Gorgonzormu, which is better and doesn't hurt you. Of course, it doesn't have Rush, and it's a little smaller, but... Trog these days feels like it should be a 6/6 or something if it's going to deal 4 to me. Let's take Tsunami. We'll try Tsunami out. I'm actually take Tidepool Pupil. A nerfed Tidepool Pupil. I think for Arena, that is a nerf. 1 more health, 1 more mana. But, what are you going to do? I got my cheese. Copy my cheese, right? There's the OG Rush 4/4. I'd rather have that card. The one that hits the wrong target 50% of the time. When I was thinking of Trog, I was thinking about Rocket Hopper too. Just like undercosted, overstated, you know, Rush minions with a downside. This guy has a much bigger downside than taking 4, but he's also much bigger, you know, 2 more mana for +6/+6. I think I'd rather have Rocket Hopper than Trog. We will take Schooling. Can I take all 3 here? Wow, I could cast so many cheeses per game. We should do a bet. How many legendaries will we summon this game? Summon. This run. Dude, I want this too. I want all 3. I guess Tidepool can get kind of awkward, where you just don't have the 3 spells you want, right? But if we're trying to do a bet, no, I mean Tidepool's pretty good too, right? Buy one, get one. Love this card. If you pupil the cheese, it restarts at 1. Yeah, that's okay. What if I'm playing a 30-turn game? What if I want a bunch of 1/1s? What if I want a bunch of 1-drops for 2 mana, so I can turn them all into 12/12 Deathwings? Let's see. Circle Pot I kind of hate. Let's take Arcana Artificer. Love Watercolor Artist. New Watercolor Artist is better than old Watercolor Artist, and Frostlich Cross Stitch is insane. Right now I pull Tsunami on turn 2 and discount it. I gotta take it, I think. And that kind of makes me want to not take the Ice Barrier so that I don't lose that 50-50. Could take the Intellect, but I'll just grab another Artificer. Something. Could see taking either, but Space Rock, sure, why not? Maybe we get Energy Shaper. They should add an option once per draft to take all 3. Would it be too OP? I mean, it'd be equal for everyone. But it'd be kind of fun. They should just do different things. Let's take the 2. Okay, now do I go Surflipod? I could get Surflipod down and then play Watercolor Artist, guaranteeing a free Tsunami. But I kind of hate that. Let's just take a Loot Hoarder and feel bad. Dang. I mean, it's good to have 2 Tide Pools, but I kind of would rather have another Tide Pool Pupil. This card's kind of insane now. The first spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. And then Turn the Tides is good, but this thing has a 3/4. It's just kind of nutty. Love Frosty Decor. That is another Frost spell that could, you know, gunk us up. But it also means if we top deck our Tsunami before we draw our Artist, we could still hit something of value. Wow. Just imagine the last deck compared to this deck. I think we've got 20... Right now, we have 25 or 26 cards better than everything in our last deck. And I only have 24 cards in the deck somehow. I should take Zookeeper. I'm gonna take it. Sorry. The Sweeper doesn't really do anything for us. But maybe we draw our entire deck. And, you know. Snoozin's OP. Yeah, so is the 3-drop though, isn't it? The 3-drop's overpowered. But for me, it mostly just kills itself. I know that everybody feels like it does that. Maybe it's just like Redbeard viewers, Redbeard subscribers, Redbeard. If you're affiliated with Redbeard, that card destroys itself, the Magician. And if your opponents play it, it just never does anything bad. There may be a correlation there, like Blizzard's kind of like got their finger on a button to screw us all. Conductivity Firelands is kind of interesting. Conductivity Hex. I found Conductivity very hard to utilize. Just kind of sits in my hand, and then I have to Hex like a 4/4 and something else. Or I Fire Lens Portal like 2 3/3s. I think I'll just take the Watcher. I feel like Conductivity is much worse. Yeah, without Excavate, it definitely is worse. But when I had it in a deck that had more ways to utilize it, it felt like I had to like just allow my opponent to keep things on the board so that I could hopefully get a better Conductivity the following turn. So I think I'll just take the Watcher. Probably should take Chillomatic here. 1, 2, 3-ish, 4-ish, 5-ish, 6 2-drops. I mean, what you should do and what you do, don't, oh my god, we got the Energy Shaper. It's actually kind of bad for Tsunami, but pretty good for everything else, right? Kind of bad for my cheese too, but I could always dump the cheese before the Tsunami, right? I would actually be relatively fine. This is the honest to goodness truth. I would be relatively fine taking the Rat there. I think Rat is underrated. I don't think Rat's a good card, but I think Rat is a lot more pickable than Rocket Hopper. I don't like Overplanner, but this seems like a deck that could utilize Overplanner reasonably well. Just very high card quality. Not looking for anything too specific ever, but sometimes, you know, find a Gorgon Zormu. You could coin him out on 2, and then hit a Gorgon Zormu on 3, maybe. You could also, like, make sure you don't draw your Tsunami before these cards, or, like, you know, you can kind of make sure you don't choose one of these if you're planning on getting that down. I just don't think it's very good, but I think it's okay. Oh, and 3 Police? It's possible. It's Hearthstone, it's 2020. The year is 2020. Anything is possible. I'll be done streaming for the night if this deck goes 0-3, because this will be the best deck we have tonight. Overplanner has video thumbnail potential. Oh, make sure you're hitting the buttons if we're watching on YouTube. And oh my god, I can't believe we got Jeez, man. YouTube's seen him before. They love him. I love him too. And I love YouTube. And that's why some people hit the button. We're getting close to, you know, more than halfway there. Rounding up to 7,000 subscribers on the YouTube. That's pretty cool. I feel like the last couple videos have been doing a little better. That raw math deck was pretty awesome though. Hard to replicate that one. But I'm about to do it right now somehow. Got 7 new subscribers. Views are up 25% for that one. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. It was definitely a really fun run. Yeah. Hey, I'll
nice
take it,
deck, go 12.
Thank you so much, Junior. I'm going to try my best. Thank you for your support, your love and adoration. Had a lot of options there. I'm not protecting my guy from anything, so I think Melt Metal's out. Could play this. I think I was going to be more inclined to Silver Moon Portal just to get it while I had something on the board. But I like Silver Moon Portal when I can like trade into his Spider Tank. But since we drew this, I think this becomes kind of the more clear-cut choice there. Just earlier in the game, it's harder to answer. An extra fish is a really big deal. Depending on how many fish you get, it's like 1 or 2 or 3 extra damage per fish if you're playing them all in the same turn. Artificer. I think I'm down for that. Could also bump here, use the fish, not take any damage on this guy. But I mean, it's not in Hellfire range. Not in Consecration range. This week has been long. Thanks for making the nights bearable. You're welcome. I feel like it's been... I feel like I had like 1 or 2 like really rough streaming days where our decks were really bad and we weren't really getting any breaks with our bad decks. But overall I'd say pretty cool. Viewership's been pretty good. I wish we had some sponsored content to look at. I have something that might come to fruition. I kind of hope. Well, I definitely hope that it does. I actually, they gave me a key to play this game. It's not through Stream Elements. And I was like, okay, let me, yeah, sure, you know. It was like, you know, how much can you guys pay? What do you guys want? You know, some of the people want different things. And they gave me the key, and like, you know, I was busy like one day. Like, the next day I was like, okay, let me boot it up and see, because they made an offer. I was like, okay, that seems pretty fair. The game would have to be, you know, pretty bad not to do it, you know. And I played it and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I was like, this game freaking rules. I want to play this on stream. Now I can't. I can't because I can't do it for free. If we do the sponsored stream, you know, then maybe we can come back to it. What's this guy do? Whenever you draw a card, a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. Wow, that card looks sick in gold. Wave time? I think so. Week's been long. Oh wait, I already read that part. I blindly bet 10k on 12. I didn't even watch the draft. Blitz Freeman, it is great to have you here. If anybody's wondering what any of our cards do, this is after your hero attacks and kills a minion, it may attack again. Is Voltron Mimiron's evolution? I don't know the lore. I don't know the lore behind the cards.
Hello.
But he was bad back in the day. Man, just thinking about like how good Hearthstone was and how enjoyable Arena was for a lot of us that played back then, and then looking back at how bad the cards were. Like you weren't guaranteed a legendary. Some decks would have none. Some decks would have 5, and like you would get a legendary. And like I've drafted Mimiron. You know, Mimiron's head was like the correct pick sometimes. You're like, I have this 5-mana 4/5 that sometimes like eats your good mechs. It combines your piloted Shredder and your other, you know, your 7-drop mech in order to activate it, and then it just became like a crappier minion. And then your opponent would polymorph it. Ripper Croc into Spider Tank into Chillwind Yeti was an OP curve? That was an OP curve. You ain't wrong about that one. I enjoyed being able to draft more than one legend. Yeah, me too. I think the system now is better, but I did enjoy that. I think the system is better because the legendaries are so much stronger now. That a deck in the past could have 3 legendaries and you could play against it, and their deck may be worse off because they had a Mimiron's Head or a Prince Malchazar or a, you know, an Ice Howl. Like, those might have been like worse cards for them than something like a Piloted Shredder or a Conjurer's Calling, or, you know, all these cards. Like a Twin Tyrant was like better for someone to have. But now it's like if somebody has 3 legendaries and they're all Titans and you have no legendaries, it's like, well, this isn't quite the same anymore. And I like it because, like, sometimes you would, you know, your legendary pick would be Aya on pick 28, and you passed 7 Jade cards because you thought, oh, there's no way I'm gonna get one or build a Jade deck. Whereas if it's your first pick, you can prioritize every Jade card if you want. I like that. I miss the simplicity, like, of the cards. Yeah. Which is why I do think bringing back something like that periodically for a week or 2 could be fun too. I think I would probably get sick of it, but somebody who plays 2 runs a week would probably enjoy it, you know, if they played around that time. And it's not always about catering to the streamer or the, you know, the hardcore Arena enjoyers or Hearthstone players. But that's always why I always kind of default back to the point where I think it would ultimately be better if this ain't bad, but then I lose fish.
Beyond your comprehension.
Having 2 queues to play Arena, I think, would be better. I'm gonna hit with the cheese, man. Keep getting fish here. I remember enjoying the classic Arena they brought back 3 years ago. They need to bring back Excavate. I mean, I don't mind Excavate being gone, because it was around for so long, but it is awesome. I guess. Kind of. It's not very good for him. I think some time without Excavate is good. And when they bring Excavate back, it's going to be really cool and exciting. And the longer they go, as long as it's not too long, and they bring back Excavate, people are going to be like, oh great, man, Excavate's coming back, that was so fun, you know? What I'd like is the next expansion to have a mechanic as engaging as Excavate, so that you could kind of, you know, cycle through the classes, or through the expansions, and then be excited about more than just having to be reliant on Excavate. A little easier said than done, and I'm sure they want to do that, right? They want to continually put out good stuff, but not as many mechanics have been as well received as that, obviously.
The calm before the storm.
This is gonna lose Rush. So I'm gonna hit there, I'm gonna hit there, I'm gonna hit there, I'm just gonna buff this. So I don't need it, I guess. Can I ever keep my... Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have run it in there. Right there. Right there. I mean, this thing, I guess, doesn't have... Could have hit there too, so I could have hit there. I guess I just don't attack with that. I mean, it's still not bad, because we get a bigger minion here. We don't crack this, so maybe we just leave him with a little less power anyway. I feel like Excavate is the only fun mechanic they introduced. Oh, well, I disagree there. I think Dredge is cool. I think Discover is cool. I think Infuse is cool. I think most of the mechanics themselves are pretty interesting. I think Excavate is the best, in my opinion.
I know all the steps.
Inspire was easily the best mechanic, and then Joust. I actually like Inspire and Joust. Well, maybe not Joust. I actually like Inspire as a mechanic. And it was kind of cool for the time. It's kind of hard now because nobody can hero power ever, because cards are so powerful. And whenever they bring back the Inspire mechanic, the cards are so old that they're just obsolete, right? You don't really get a true, like if they reprinted the Inspire mechanic and then like changed hero powers to cost 1 and then made like fun, new, interesting, like reasonably calibrated cards, I think it's okay. I wouldn't be like going crazy for it, but I don't think the mechanic has to be terrible. But that's just like my opinion, man. Should I just do this? I mean, let's just try to kill him. I was gonna drop the taunt, but let's yes, I'll go for Vast Wisdom too. I've got a thing there. Let's hit that one as well. They made everything 1. I wonder what will happen to Demon Hunter. I could stay 1. It'd be cool to see more Scry or Trample mechanics from Magic. I mean, you have things like Scry. They've introduced intermittently. Dredge is kind of like mini Scry. It's kind of like Scry adjacent. Things like Over Planner are kind of like Scry-ish, right? They're like combinations of what's the other thing called? When you can like look and put it into your graveyard. Kind of similar. Those are 2 super high rolls. Yeah, those are good. Fire was a fun mechanic. It wasn't good most of the time, but it was fun to play around when you could afford to. Well, like, it's a cool way to give cards some semblance of card advantage without needing them to summon 5 minions with Rush that get bigger.
Yeah,
You calibrate that is you could give it like charges. So you could make a card like if the Murloc Knight was too strong. If it was, I don't know if it was. But you could just say like it has 3 charges, and then like the 3rd time it couldn't get you like infinite Inspire value. Or if it was too weak, then it could keep going. But that's just something I don't think they especially now, like properly utilize the ability to put caps on things so that they can offer more engaging gameplay. Ryan Trample equals Magic the Gathering text. Yeah, those are so like if you remember that card Knuckles from Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, he's like a 6-mana 3/7 or something, and any damage he does also damages the hero. That's kind of like a trample effect. But trample's more like if I dealt 2 damage to this 1/1, then his hero would take 1 if this card had trample. It's kind of a cool mechanic in Magic the Gathering. The games play out a bit differently. And they play differently. So here, he doesn't get to choose what blocks. But in Magic, you get to choose. So if you wanted to stop like my Deathwing with your 1/1 totem, you would still take 11. So it makes like big minions more powerful. Because they can't just be addressed by like the smallest minion on the battlefield. Isn't that always a bigger Jorah Mungar?
Halt, citizen. It is not safe.
I don't know what that means. I need more things, though.
Shaping up nicely.
Which one was that card?
Reality.
I could also hold this, but I don't really care. I'm probably gonna end up Keeper Strengthening here. Keeper Strengthening. It's a card that does trample. Bigger. Jorah Mungar. Bigger.
Gladly.
I don't know how to spell that word. Swinging it. Always a bigger Jorah Mungar. Oh yeah, kinda. Yeah, that basically says give trample. So I hit, he gets 1 card. Play the 5, I guess. Actually, that's not so bad, huh? Gain a bit of armor. Try to block his shitter. Scry is to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and place however many on the bottom in any order. Well, yeah, so if it's Scry 1, then you'd look at the top card of your deck. And you could leave it on the top, or you can put it on the bottom. There's a neutral legendary in Hearthstone, the 4-mana 4/4, that changes your hero power to basically be Scry, right? 1 mana, look at the top deck of your... Look at the top of your opponent's deck, and you can basically Scry. Put it on the bottom, or you can leave it on the top. So, like I said, they do kind of put some of that stuff in. Incrementally. Intermittently. Play this and use a fish. I think I will do that. Because I get the armor. I get to keep this guy and maybe gain more armor. I guess I could play 2 fish here. Just to give this guy a buff. Trample exists in Hearthstone, doesn't it? Yeah. That's what I was saying. Or what we've been saying, right? Not what I'm looking for, unfortunately. Could freeze it for now. Let's do this. Lightning reflexes to try to find a hex for it later. Just looking for buy one, get one freeze all the time from this card.
Finally, weekend. Was about time, faccina sorridente.
Yeah, both good. Thank you, Bang Bang Fuhrer. Thank you for the 14 months. Enjoy the weekend. Priest Weapon did something like Scry. Priest Weapon. There was the dragon one.
It's all in your head.
I don't remember that one. I need... Oh, there's a hex. Okay,
The queen's power.
the annoying Ellie. Oh, the minion. The 4-mana, sorta. 4-mana 4/4 that, like, reverse scried. Can't remember what is in this card. I wish it,
I found a sea urchin.
wish it told you. Keeper Strength again? I have a Flame Strike in this thing. I think I'll just look for something else. And do I play the fish? Do I play the Gefilka fish? I trade, but I have to leave that guy up. I'll just do it. I don't want to trade this, because then I lose the arcane value. Sphere of Sapience. Oh, that's a neutral weapon. But yeah, that was this, that lets you scry, right? You look at the top of your own deck, I think. You're right. Really want to draw.
I need a vacation from my vacation.
Love for Hearthstone to be reset back to Ngoro around the time frame when Standard was still fun. I mean, they had classic Hearthstone and no one liked it. They got rid of it because nobody played it. It only went through a few expansions. I don't know if it even made it to Naxxramas, but a lot of people played it for like a day or two, and then it just completely dropped off. So I think that you would probably have a similar reaction to it. Most people did, right?
What happened to no one left behind?
Damn, I was hoping to hit that. Could forge and kill it. Not doing much. I don't know. I think I'd rather just take pop-up book and shoot it. I could draw now, maybe, because if I hit a wave, it could start to be an interesting play. Conductivity is kind of interesting as well now. I had Hex, I have Fire Lens. If I could cast this turn, I would. But I'm never gonna have a board, right? Let's just do this. I feel like I might die in fatigue. Wonder why Classic failed. If everyone says they wish it goes back to the past. Because people oftentimes ask for things that they don't really want. They want something that doesn't exist a lot of the time. Sort of the same reason that everybody always asks for micro adjustments in Hearthstone Arena. And then we get micro adjustments and then they suck. They don't actually make the game better. They just make more classes less fun. And they don't actually offer balance. And the reality is a lot of this stuff is hard, right? Like that's the thing. It's like, it's not just Hearthstone, right? It's all aspects of life for a lot of people and a lot of things. People want higher taxes, it does this. They want lower taxes, it does that. People want, you know, more regulations, they get upset. They want less regulations, they want upset. They get upset. It's just kind of the reality is it's not that people, you know, kind of like necessarily don't know what they want. It's that there's a lot of moving parts. It's hard to make perfect systems and hard to make perfect games. And how much are you required to have sex with Jocelyn Wildenstein? I'm assuming this is, you know, consensual lovemaking. I'm assuming she's paying me. I don't know who she is. I'm going to type her name into this machine. Well, if she's paying, she's 84 years old. I'd probably do over 20 grand, maybe. She'd have to fly me out, too. I don't want her here. I don't know her. She a crazy person? I'm assuming. 20 grand, sure. Ever play the campaign for North Africa? I don't know what that is. Classic is a flawed idea. It's fun for a few days. You realize how many more options and variety you have nowadays. Even in the past, there were oppressive decks that were not fun to play against, and now you can meme more. And you know, there is a shelf life to you know, metas in a card game. People like a new meta, you'll always have the exploration period where you can discover new things before the process gets very repetitive. With something that was already solved 10 years ago or 8 or 9 years ago, you don't have that. You can go and have the nostalgia, but that's all you get. 20 grand? Sure. You think it should be more or less? I could get a lot of stuff for 20 grand. Nothing gets more stimulated than paying taxes. My girlfriend never needs me to finish. She just whispers 45% of your income in my ear. Boom, I can't last. Hey, you know, whatever gets you off. You think you wouldn't for 20 grand? Yeah, I mean, come on, I'm a Hearthstone Arena streamer. I ain't got that much money. I'm not like Dreads here. I don't own multiple properties. I also approach Hearthstone from a wild or standard deck building approach. I respect the arena only drip. You gotta be good to play. Yeah, I mean, you have to be good to have success in any of the formats, I think. But I do think you have to learn a different skill to excel at Arena, and you have to learn different skills to truly excel at, you know, Standard or Wild. And I think somebody that does excel at Standard and Wild can have a easier time transitioning, and probably vice versa. A lot of the fundamentals are applicable across all the modes. Being able to identify like what cards are value and what cards, you know, provide good tempo is a big part of it. I don't want to draw more cards. Do I have any more card draw? I don't have any more card draw. Maybe he'll draw a card or two. Every streamer is a multi-millionaire. Try billionaire. Try a multi-billionaire. And then you're halfway to being correct. Maybe more. Did you look at the images? I looked briefly. She doesn't look very visually appealing. But $20,000 is a lot. How long do I have to do this for? I mean, I probably wouldn't last that long. No, I probably would. I'm a stallion. I should have just hit first. Because if 3 of them hit, I'd be missing out on some base damage. I missed it almost every time, so I guess it doesn't matter. So bad. It's actually kind of better that it all hit his face now. It's not like those were actually in my deck, you know? What's happening here?
I need a vacation.
Does
from
he
my
take
vacation.
the 3? I want that one. These are all crap. Maybe I take this one? I mean, the cheese is so late. I guess I'm not gonna draw that if I don't bring it up. They take 3 permanently? Okay, they take the damage at least. So what should I do? Just never kill it? That's my new win call? I'm gonna have to kill it, I mean. Gave me that card that summons 2 6-drops, and I got 2 6/6s with charge, and another in hand. Oh, yeah. From Marin? Oh, from Terriality. Oh, the thing? Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that card. Morning, Big Daddy. What's up, Naku Papu? Red acquired a different smell since playing Arena. Did I already read that? Played 2 of those this game. 3, 6, 10. God damn you.
Where did I leave? I'm ready.
What a fair card. Yeah, this one's a little nutty. It's 5 to 9.
I should have taken a vacation ages ago.
I feel like he's kind of being a jerk. Maybe I go Glyph first. I think I will take a bit of armor.
Reality.
Can I cast that this turn? We finally buy a guitar? I want to. I kind of feel like I should. Cast Sunwell. If I cast Sunwell, I can't draw Fire Lens. We know our next draw is... We know our next draw still? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know our next draw is the mech. I want to burn a card. I want to forge this because I could kill him next turn. If I roll a spell power, maybe? 6 spells with conductivity and molten. Yeah, but he's at 7. It's probably better for me to roll the die a different way. I do this now. Oh, I'm gonna lose that. Okay, so I'll lose the totem if I don't find lethal. I think that's fine. Right? Because then I can shoot his face. I can get the spell, and then I can molten. Okay, pretty nutty deck. Good morning, Poop Beard. Wait, John, have you gone back to evil? Tiger Slander. I'm hungry. I need some microplastics. Poop Beard isn't bad. Poop Beard? Do you know what poop is? Poop is the stuff that comes out of you. It smells real bad. Might be different in Canada. Maybe that word means something different. Here, poop is. An inflammatory,
Citadel stands strong.
an inflammatory name. If I go 3, I can't play the 4. So let's just play the 4. I'm hoping I got something I can cast. Holy shnikes. That is really bad. These are the best things it could pull, and they're already in my hand. Nice tower card. So happy I got the tower card. So delighted. I definitely didn't want something like good and castable. And then there's just gonna be junk in my tide pool too.
What happened to no one left behind?
If he doesn't kill it, I guess I could play Fire Lens. I also could play Tide Pool and then maybe play the 4-drop spells. What do I get? I get Fire Sail?
One left behind.
Come on, dude. Grow up. Grow the fuck up. No Statman again today, no. I was hoping we'd see him. I don't know if you were here. He did send me a message. He said, sorry I haven't been on. This was, I guess, last week? I'll be back eventually. A lot of real life stuff going on. Nothing too bad, and it's keeping me busy. So it sounds like he's doing okay, which is what's most important. Glad that didn't hit. Interesting. Leaves up the taunt. Whenever somebody's here very prominently for a while and then disappears, I always feel bad or worry. But if they're like, hey, you know, if they let us know, then it's nice. I just worry, you know, like maybe they passed away or maybe they're in prison or something. I'm still here. Draculate's still here. Sometimes he's playing poker. Sometimes he's working. Who knows what that crazy guy gets up to? Should I take the trade? Play 2 fish to trade it. Let's play this card. See if we can find... I was gonna say, maybe Snoozin'? Like Tide Pools is better than Sweeper. Spitting all over the place. Yeah, Decor's okay, but if I know again I'm not drawing it, then Watercolor Artist could potentially still get it.
I found a sea urchin.
Oh, I can get another Schooling? Okay, let's do that. And then this way, I get to chomp his guy, take no damage on my guys, and push 7. I want to put pressure on him, so maybe he feels like he has to play the cheese faster, or so that by the time he plays the cheese, he might be dead. My day was very stressful, and it's all good now. That's good to hear. The second part. The fish don't really help me. Man, that's probably worth a hex, actually. To deny him like 6 health or something. What are we drawing? Tide Pools? And he can't cast that, right? Okay. Probably go Tide Pools. Oh no, I'm going Zookeeper first. Maybe he just snap concedes.
Mind if I roll need? Hey, having fun yet?
Out of my jungle.
They keep putting either weak and physical resistant bosses into Shinyu. The physical team feels bad.
For the master.
That's why you gotta get a balanced team. 1 fire, 1 ice, and 1 electro. It's my all-time high for viewer count. I don't know. Whenever Summit rated us, when he was playing Arena for like a week or 2. I don't know what it was. So it's always a little tricky because when you get a big raid, like someone will raid you for like 8,000 viewers, and then like you'll immediately go down like to like 3,000 or 4,000, whatever that was. Stream summary, overview. I don't know. Whatever that was.
What to do?
Man, do you think there's there's a chance he took Ice Barrier here? I guess if it's Ice Barrier, it's still not lethal. It's counter for sure. It's either counter or... Ice Barrier? Oh, remember, Ice Barrier means Tsunami's not lethal there. I would have all the 3 6s on board. But, if it's explosive, I guess I would have had lethal. I'd be very surprised if he took explosive there. He got to discover that while dying. This feels like a pretty easy Ice Barrier. If I don't go face, I may be able to burn him. I guess I don't have that much hand space. Another problem is, well, that just happened. He's at full health again. DK, one of the better arena classes? Yeah, DK, Shaman, Mage are the 3 best. I think DK is probably the 3rd best. I don't know what HS replay says.
You will not come closer.
Shaman, Death Knight, then Mage, but they're all pretty close. Shaman seems to be the best. It's like, Shamans and DKs with Geists and Growthins are the best. Shamans and DKs without those things are a lot worse.
Where did I leave Panther?
I didn't pay attention to what was coming out in what order. I mean, because of how healthy he is now, I have to start chipping away. I'm gonna have to get this damage in and this damage, and then maybe later try to burn him. The new event is okay, I guess. I feel bad telling some people to take a hike. My girlfriend wants to ask a question. Are you 5'4" or taller or shorter? I'm taller than 5'4". I'm like 6'10" in American units, I think they said. Close to 7 feet tall, unfortunately. For my back, my legs, and my humongous dong. Alright, don't tell her about that, okay? Get us both in trouble. I feel bad for your roof. I feel bad for my roofer. Always gotta be repairing it when I smack my skull on it. No, I'm not. I'm actually 5'10". Let's have a custom made chair for 6'10". You look so average in it. I'm 5'10". I'm definitely less than 5'11", but I'm definitely taller than 5'10". The humongous dong does stand though. It helps me stand sometimes too. That's why they call me tripod. Sometimes I get a little, I get a little wobbly. She wants to dump me now, thanks. Frankly, I'm gonna have to side with her on this one. Seems like a dumpable offense. What did you do? I'm not sure, but it just seems... You did something. You must have did something. You would be 6'10", but the dong's gravity is keeping you down. Don't say dong in my presence. Should I play wave here? Hit, 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 hit. I mean, I'm gonna do that, like, regardless of what I do, right? He gets 2. I lose something good, but he loses something good. Wave YOLO? I think wave's correct here, actually. That one is really annoying.
Time runs out on me.
Okay. He mega high rolled? He got the best of the 7. But he got one bad one. And as long as we can get a trade going here, maybe? If you guys don't remember what this one does, whenever his hero takes damage, he summons a 6/6 Drake. Missed 4 damage. Labor Sack didn't remember what it did. He didn't remember what it did. You had the weapon damage, I did. Some people don't know what the cards do, and they don't listen to Redbeard. We're finding out who those people are right now. That's okay. Let's give them a 12/12. 4 damage. Summon opponent a 12/12. You missed the 4 damage. Really glad we changed some of those emotes, because this does seem like... Yeah, could have just typed like I pooped my pants or whatever, you know? Equivalent value for me right now. Fires of Vin of Share.
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
Do it or no balls. You missed tower, Lethal. I have unfortunately rendered my tower completely obsolete, as is my northern navigation. But... Whoa. Poor guy just got red-bearded. Tower Lethal should be an achievement. It might be. It very well may be. Wait, what if I get 2 of those? Wouldn't that be implausible, but possible? I hate this game. Oh, I hate this game. Fireball on his face would be great. Fireball on his 2/2 wouldn't be so good. I'll just kill his 2/2. Night all. Alright, Junior. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it very much, sir. Probably take Rising Waves now. Play this. Play the cheese. Can't escape Goldbeard even when you don't pick him in a draft. I did pick him once and I got offered, I think, 0 pirates. I hate him. What's the dream? Where are you going in life? 2 questions in 1, sorry. What's the dream? Keep streaming as long as I possibly can. Acquire more viewership more consistently. And buy a foil Gaia's Cradle at some point with my streaming success. Maybe 4 Gaia's Cradles. 4 foil Gaia's Cradles. Okay, so he's at full health. No, I guess he's not at full health if I use the jellyfish.
You let one loose in the shop?
You let one loose in the shop.
Rent this month is on me. Faccina sorridente.
Hey, thanks, bad man. Let's do this. Thank you for the 27 months. Rent is on that guy. Could take the Molten Rune. Could probably have just discovered enough burn to have killed him, but... Are you worried your apartment might burn down with all your cards? No. Because if that happened, I'd probably be in it. I mean, and they're just, yeah, just pieces of cardboard at the end of the day. I bought my cradle back in the day for 80 bucks. I'm old. Oh, I had 4 cradles when I was a kid that probably cost 5 bucks or 10 bucks or something. 10 maybe. I'm pretty sure I had foil cradles that were like 20 bucks when I was a youngster. Let's not talk about that though, and let's not think about that, okay? I might cry.
Don't use your head. Use mine.
Just stunning.
Game won't end. This game will end. In fact, it's ending next turn. Basically killed him 3 times. Yeah, I kind of haven't been paying attention for a little while now. Ooh, I only get one look at one card. REM, huh? Must have been a dream. Is that a song? Crazy how you're breaking 1,000 viewers every night? That is kind of crazy. I actually agree with you on that. I do think so. I remember 400 viewer Andy. I mean, I was making a living on 400 viewers. A more modest and meager living. And you know, Twitch is very volatile. Just because you're having success doesn't mean you're going to continue having success. And just because, you know, you're not having success doesn't mean you won't start having success. And that's kind of the beauty of it. Therein lies the joy, the trials, the tribulation, the struggle, right? But, you know, I think Standard's been in a worse spot. I think there are fewer Standard streamers as a result. People are kind of looking for non-Battlegrounds Hearthstone content, and there's just fewer options, so some of them are just stuck with Redbeard. I will not play this until this gets out of my hand, whenever that is. Did I hear booty? I don't think so. Standard's been dog water for years. To me, and to a lot of the people that frequent this channel, I think that's true. I think it's been on a pretty steady decline, but didn't start at the highest of, you know... It didn't start from an interesting point for me. Which is why I've always played Arena. I think a lot of other people are kind of coming to that sort of, conclusion? Realization? Acceptance? And, you know, Arena has its flaws and its faults, but the games still play out largely like traditional Hearthstone would. You need to draft Acolyte of Pain sometimes. You need to draft Infested Watchers, you need to play them. You need to draft removal spells, you know? You must interact with the board to win a game still. StarCraft 2 is more popular, and even Dreads can confirm. StarCraft 2 being more popular than Hearthstone? I mean, maybe. What does Dreads have to do with it? Is Dreads like a stream guru?
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
This is coming down next turn. I want to play that, but I don't want to hit this guy. I guess I'll just take it and maybe just not use it. I can get up to 6 damage. So I guess I could go the fish, huh? Man, if you just promise me I won't hit the 1/4, it's just good, right? I hate this game. I really sometimes hate this game. I wish they would do the League of Legends TFT thing to Hearthstone and Battlegrounds. It's a completely different game, and it makes it hard to find new Hearthstone streamers with all the Battlegrounds. Yeah, it's always odd to me that they kept that. And I've always kind of wondered if it hurts or helps someone like me. And as a result, I mean, I don't have any sway or pull. I just found it strange that they did that, because they are completely different games. And I always wondered, like, if they reclassified, if it would help or hurt me. And I thought, like, maybe I should, like push for that, or, like, reach out to someone or question it. But then I was like, what if it's bad for me? What if it just means fewer people watch Hearthstone because they, like, the category's lower, you know? My guess is that it's probably hurtful for traditional Hearthstone streamers overall, but I'm not sure about that in terms of, like, discovery. But I also think a lot of viewers just are like, I'm gonna watch Battlegrounds, and there's a lot that are gonna be like, I'm gonna watch Hearthstone. It's not Battlegrounds, and that seemingly can be Arena or Standard, maybe less so Wild. Because an old boomer pro viewer, he knows all the pros. Yeah, that's definitely, you know, Captain Boomer. The boomeriest boom that ever boomed. I'm gonna do it this way. love this card. I want the temporary arcane spells, if they're whiffs, to be permanent goodies. The short run, it will probably hurt. The game will probably die faster, and Hearthstone 2 could come out. That is the dream. I wonder what would happen if Hearthstone 2 came out. I imagine people like Crip and Tice and Dog and RDU, the really big Hearthstone streamers, would probably like really, really grow, especially in the short term from where they are. I wonder if like a channel like mine would actually take a dip, or if it would see like a modest increase. I would guess if Hearthstone 2 came out, we would actually probably see a modest increase. We wouldn't go to, 10,000 viewers like some of those other channels, but I think we would probably see some growth. I almost just fireballed him. Like, he's got to be close to dying. Why is he at full health as well? Why is everyone always at full health? I don't like that. Haven't I been hitting him? He's done 2 baking soda volcanoes. What else? Is that it? I mean, that's just 20 health. Clearing my board. 4-1-1. What if I go 2-2? And this is effectively a roll at a big minion because I don't have to trade anything off. And I guess a totem is better. I want to draw. I kind of don't want to draw. Maybe.
Unravel.
Small minions. This card can be good after you play the left or rightmost card in your hand, deal 1 to all enemies. And then Shaw is good. It's not good when your opponent has no minions and when your minions are kind of small and shit. Everything else is a battle cry that does something kind of underwhelming. This one's good if you have it in your hand. This is the original Hagatha card. 7 mana 5/5, add a 5/5 horror to your hand, and you teach it 2 shaman spells. So like, it was always you would get 1 targeted spell and 1 non-targeted spell, I believe. I think it could be any mana cost, and the 5/5 costs 5. That's how it works. Right? That spell should read summon dog shit legendary. No, I've gotten some good ones. 5, 10, 18. Let's just keep that. The 3/8 never died. I'm telling you, dude, that card's broken. Nobody listens to poor Redbeard. Said it was broken before. Said it was broken after. Scarius. I don't. I would think Twitch would provide those metrics by now. They give you a lot of like wonky metrics. Flashfire John. Getting flashed by John. Thank you so much, Flashfire John. Twitch provides you with a lot of interesting metrics. Have specifically like views based off of non-followers. But I could use them. Hello, dear old Redbeard. How are you tonight? Not bad, not bad. Our record today so far is 10-3. That's a pretty good score. We have pretty good viewership. I'm adjusting my my dong peacefully right now. I don't want to use all the fish, but if I use 1 fish, I might as well use all the fish, I think. Like, each one I summon gets that much better. And then if he has a Hellfire, a Lightning Storm, yeah. If he doesn't, maybe it's nostalgia time. Might just play like a 4/4. He only has 3 plus the coin. I guess he can do a lot with the coin. The old Magic the Gathering card, Flashfire. Flashfire. Which one was Flashfire? Was that like you discard X amount of cards and it dealt damage? Is that a thing? Flashfire, MTG. Fuck off. Destroy all planes? Okay, what the card was I thinking of? Really despicable behavior to destroy my whole board for 1 mana there. Just my opinion. This is actually pretty rough too. I can't really energy shape. Till after this at least. These are good things to energy shape away if they don't work though. So do you really hate white players? Plains players? You know what I mean? Players who play the color white in Magic the Gathering. Just got back from having some drinks and playing some pool. I can rely on Beardo to be here in my time of need. Yeah, now remember, September, next month, I am taking some days off, okay? Biggest Gorgonzormu, 5 costs. We've only cast the cheese once, I think. We've only had the cheese in the first, like, 20 turns of the game, I think one time. White weenie players. White weenie. Huge raid, thanks Glenn Forge for the raid. I remember playing Magic the Gathering, and when I was a kid, and talking about it with my brother and our neighbor, and we were, you know, whatever. Oh, I'm playing a green stompy deck. Oh, I'm playing a burn deck. Oh, I'm playing a white weenie. I'm playing with my white weenie. And my mom just like kind of like doing a double take at the like at the kitchen table, probably. Like, what the fuck did he just say?
The streets are not safe.
What have you guys gotten yourselves into? No, Mom, it's just a game. 6-8.
Where did I leave?
Remember that.
Where did I leave?
Come on, totally unfair. How could they allow such a broken card? Zookeeper's too good? Well, one good Zookeeper deserves another, as I always say. We actually could have converted that. Not that it provides a ton of value for us, but I just don't think giving up the tsunami is worth it. It's gonna go with the Tendies, but one spell here. Ooh. Okay, so it's gonna be Rune.
I'm ready.
Actually, you know, maybe it could have been double Tendy to give me some hand space. I guess we can still do that next turn. We can go like 1, 7, and then 10, and then we'll energy shape. So if anybody doesn't remember this one, it casts 20 mana worth of mage spells, and they are directed towards my enemy. Guess you could do this second. Just hitting this a few times probably doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't discard my thing, I don't know if it can. I guess if, depending, I might just play, Stop that, please. Well, I cast a 7 mana, Arcane Defenders, pretty much. That's not the worst thing it's ever done to me. Draw some cards, and then draw some more cards. And then generate a card that can destroy my own minions so that I can draw more cards too. Hey Redbeard, I don't know if you heard, but you're facing Lord Draxus of the Burning Legion. I couldn't hear because I was babbling so much, but I can see him. Wondering, why doesn't he have a shirt on? BuzzFeed said you have the 3rd highest rated dumper on Twitch. I mean, sometimes 3rd place is nice. You know, there's a lot of dumpers. There's a lot of big nasty dumpers on Twitch, so this is probably lethal. Let's hit him 4 times. This is pretty good here. I actually can't ping though, right? I love that this has been in my hand the entire game and I'm not casting it here. Draw. You know what? I just got a crazy idea. What if I find lethal
Shaping up
right now.
Mind if I roll knee?
I thought this was gonna turn into like something that would kill him. It's too crazy. It's too crazy. Is it our knowledge of Mr. Red's dumper speculative? He always turns the cam off. I didn't used to turn the cam off. I had to start turning the cam off because I would stand up and my large, wide ass, when I was turning, would kind of like brush across the camera, and the donations got so high when I would do that that it pushed me up into a disadvantageous tax bracket. So I had to resort to what I do now, turning it off so that I don't make as much money.
Pick me!
That makes a lot of sense. Doesn't it, though? Text bracket, not tax bracket. I was moved to a different text bracket where I was getting more texts from Deformed Poet because he saw the ass. He wouldn't stop texting me, so I had to. Team Liquid custom make that chair for you. Hold weight of said ass and your dome. Yeah, the chair actually has just a big hole. And it's kind of like a cylindrical tube, and I just kind of drop it in there, and then it rests safely on the ground. I lost this game because for the 19th time somebody has fully cleared my board while fully healing. I gotta be honest with you, I don't love it. I want to get him to 6, so if I top deck a Fire Lens Portal,
I'm ready.
it could still be lethal,
I'm ready.
even if he taunts. I guess I'm going to do this, because it gives me the Frost Spell and it increases my odds of finding my last remaining card for lethal. Fire Lens does 6, yeah. Tsunami would be nice here? Yeah, kind of. Could like hit a bunch and not be that good. But it could be good. So could have found lethal before he did something like this. That would be, you know, kind of swell. Possible and swell. I think we'll still get there. I'm gonna try to at least. Firelands, Spellcoiler. Spellcoiler would be nice. 3/3/3. Need to get this going. I guess I don't have to play the Cheese Man, but I want to play the Cheese Man. Alright, let's do it like this. We'll just hold off on the Tide Pools for now, maybe. Taunt might give him trouble, slow him down. Got the Whirlpool, we got the Brawl. I had a healthy enough total, I've got this too. Keeps healing, keeps destroying my board. Every turn of every game, in perpetuity, for all eternity. Is a bit annoying, I gotta admit. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. What's my cheese at? Let's do this. Good draw. Good malfunction. Maybe we malfunction. Try to hit the 2/1. Bolt. Glyph. Let's see, hold on. 1, 5. Sorry, 1, 3.
What to do? What to do?
5, 8, 10. So Bolt would be lethal if he doesn't heal. If I get Pupil, I could play these 3 spells and get back another Bolt. Maybe that's a reason. Gives me potentially 2 cards out of 9 that could kill him this turn. Lethal with Spell Power Totem, 5, 14, 10, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12.
New source of power.
Have to give him the lifesteal minion. Spell power totems back? Yeah. 369. I just need to get one cheap damage spell, right? Okay, overcame an awful lot of BS. And I think that's fair. I got a founder's badge. Yeah. We removed some of the founders that haven't been here in like 5 years. I want to just give him that? Not really. I think I'll play this. I know I can't get the value this turn because of the coin counts, but I don't really care. I'd rather actually fight for the board without veering too out of control here. Ooh, wow. Watercolor artist is sick too, because an early tsunami is good, an early cheese is good. If I play the watercolor artist and get the frosty decor, it's not quite as impactful. I think I gotta go with a 4 here too. Maybe I don't. Because I can just play the 4 and the 1 next turn or whatever. Maybe this is too technical of a question, but how many founder slots do you get? I think 25. I could double check, but I believe it's 25. I think everybody gets the same amount.
Never lacks corpses.
I care about the Hex. I care about that card. Because I'm... no, I think I'll just play the fish. I'll just play the Gefilka fish here. Yeah, I think that's fine. The Hex is more valuable. In the off chance that this ends up back in my hand, this one provides value, this one no longer does. So I think I'd rather this one die. Affiliates only get 10. Oh, is it only 10? Maybe it's partners 25, affiliates 10. Well, we just gotta get you partnered, Glenn. How about we do that? How do we do that? Everybody go follow Glenn. Streams a ton of Hearthstone Arena. He's rank 1 in the world. He does co-ops, nude co-ops with Amaranth. Wait a minute. I might put myself out of business. He does what? I'm following. I think Glenn plays Elden Ring or RuneScape. I always forget. I'm sorry to have lied, but it felt necessary. I find it's almost always better to lie than to tell the truth, if given the option. There's an old saying from back home growing up. Lie, lie, always lie, keep lying. If somebody catches you in a lie, lie some more. Make up some stuff about, you know, their friends or their family. Lie to your boss. Lie to the government. Lie to anyone you can lie to. It is not a very catchy or memorable saying, but it's what we got. If watercolor dies, does the spell keep reducing costs? Yes, it does, for some reason. Lying is bad. I once lied and then I got shot. Did you? We wear nude bodysuits. Sorry to ruin it. Really? So those are hand-painted nipples on the bodysuits? Fascinating. Truly fascinating. Peekaboo. I already read that part. I read that one. Thank you, Dealey, for shouting out Glen Forge Games. Every time you lie, cute puppy dies somewhere. No, I never lie. I was just kidding. I never tell a lie.
ヤード
I thought it was good. I haven't seen all of his films. I actually haven't seen many. I think it was not as good as Pulp Fiction, but I liked it a lot more than Reservoir Dogs. Have I enjoyed it? Yeah, I did enjoy it. I only watched part 1. But I will watch part 2. I kind of got to like an hour and a half in, and I knew there were 2. And I was like, oh man, there's no way that the story is finishing in the next 20 minutes. And I'm not going to ask any questions, because there might be stuff in 2. I don't want to be spoiled. But I thought maybe, like, you know how sometimes they make a film and then they make a sequel after? It was very clear, you know, there was going to be 2 from the start. 1 is great, and if you liked 1, 2 is definitely worth the watch. Yeah, I'll definitely, I mean, I'm not going to, I can't imagine watching 1 and then not watching 2. You'd have to really hate 1. But you only get, like, you know, half the story or like 40% of the story. Not watching 2 in a row is blasphemy. Did they come? They didn't release at the same time, did they? I assume they were a couple years apart. Maybe not. I'm not gonna wait a couple years, but yeah, I'll wait. I'll probably, like, you know, read about it a little, listen to a podcast maybe. Yeah. Bask in the content a little. Nice, like a year apart. So I think those are the only 3 Tarantino films I've seen. I thought Reservoir Dogs, it did feel like 40% of Pulp Fiction, and then he did Pulp Fiction and he like expanded upon all the cool stuff in Reservoir Dogs and then like made like a really awesome movie. Kill Bill was cool, though. Admittedly, I did enjoy it. Man, it's just gonna be free at some point.
I need a vacation.
You haven't seen Django or Inglourious Bastards? I have not. I've not seen either of those. Yeah, I want the cheese, man. I guess I'll probably want to snooze in Zookeeper too. But yeah, I'm not opposed to watch. I just haven't watched them, you know? Over 1,000 viewers. We need to get to like 3,000 viewers a night, maybe. So if everybody could just stay here and not leave, and also tell your 10 hottest and richest friends to drop in and hang out too, that could help. Bam Redbeard on your socials, in your Instagram and your Twitter and your Snapchat. Yo on Rec, thank you guys for the follows, appreciate that. Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction are great. His other movies suck, mainly because he ruins them himself with the last 20 or so minutes. Would you say that you thought Kill Bill was ruined? Because I thought Kill Bill was pretty good. The general consensus around these parts seems to be that people liked Kill Bill. I enjoyed it. I don't know. Not sure if that card's even good. Waltz's performance as the villain and then the good guy in German in Magback movies was legendary. 10,000 viewers by October, I think, if you keep getting Amaranth Glenforge raids. Yeah, 10k is pretty unrealistic. Where we're at right now, I think 12 or 1300 is probably possible. I think it's probably possible, right? Like a little more. I think there's a little more room, a little more wiggle room. Take this one. It also costs 1. Let's take the Volcanomancy. Gonna hit here. Then I think it's a very realistic possibility we go Energy Shaper, whatever is in here. Play the thing and get the cheese going. Jackie Brown is so good. Yeah, I gotta watch Jackie Brown, and I know I need to watch Inglourious Bastards. I'll probably do Kill Bill 2 first. Now keep in mind, I'm not just like going on a what's his name? Quentin Tarantino kind of marathon. I'll watch them, but it was just kind of like I was flipping through. I was like, what should I watch? I was like, I want to watch a movie. I don't want to watch like a YouTube video. I finished Barry, so I don't have like a show that I can kind of like consistently flip on right now. That's good, but I'm gonna hold off. Do it like this. Light Bomb is pretty good here too, but this lets me get the cheese going this turn. Don't know why Twitch hides it from the homepage now. She's irrelevant to me. Jackie Brown's probably my favorite Tarantino film that isn't Reservoir Dogs. Have you met any movie stars when you lived in California? Not just movie stars, probably. I'd have to think. I didn't meet a lot of movie stars. You'd see people, but I typically didn't like bothering people. Like a lot of musicians, some sports figures. I met Matt Kemp. I met Dave Grohl. He's a musician. I met Travis Barker. I had lunch next to Ozzy Osbourne at the King's Head pub down in Santa Monica, I think it was. I saw Britney Spears, but was, you know, not interested. Sorry, thinking. Movie stars. I met Ryan Stiles once. He was a TV show. He was an actor on the Drew Carey show. He wasn't what I would really consider like a big star. But I met him. Whose Line? Yeah, he was on Whose Line. Maybe he was more popular from that. I mean, he was on the Drew Carey show and then did Whose Line with Drew Carey. Involved in any sports? I mean, I don't really play anymore. I used to play a lot of basketball when I was a kid, and a lot of baseball. Played a lot of basketball from like age to like 10 or 11 to like 20 probably. We used to go to the parks all day, like every day. I follow sports. I'm excited for the return of American football season. I'm excited for the return of the NBA. I think hockey's my favorite sport. Esports? Yeah, I like esports too. You know, I like the big Hearthstone tournaments and stuff. How are the games going? First run went 5, second run's at 7-0. First deck felt like a 4 or 5 win deck, and this deck feels like a 7-0 deck, so it feels kind of like... Feels kind of nice. Hearthstone esports? Yeah, I like to... You know, I actually caught some of the... Fortnite stuff, the big Fortnite tournaments they used to do. I like the big Magic Online kind of Magic Arena productions they put on. I like that stuff too. 4, 6, 9, 4, 7, 10. Have you considered growing a save file style Redbeard? No, not really. Red is a ride or die Tatum stan. I don't like Jason Tatum. He's not my favorite, no. I don't dislike him that much. I just dislike the Celtics, kind of, by just a principle. I guess. I don't want him to, like, quality have an extra 1/1. He's corny? Yeah, he's definitely corny. A lot of those guys are, though. Yeah, he's definitely corny. He's definitely emulated the LeBron James cornosity kind of school of corn. Red grew the beard once and it was like seeing Paul Bunyan. How aged is the cheese? That's a good question. 5 cost minions. Not bad, we can wait. Do you remember that? Do I? Of course, I remember it. It's my face. Yeah. It was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, my friend. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I actually don't know what I'm doing yet. I could just drop this, actually. Why don't I just do this? And you know what? We could kill one of them, right? It's probably fine. I don't know if I should have played this. I was just gonna do this, but... he's dead if it hits his face. Handsome streamer, what's up, mad lad? He might still be dead here. Munching on some 3-year-old matured cheddar. Yeah, yum. Yummy. That sounds great. Shoot his face, because Rag could kill him. Leok is probably helpful. Puffer is probably helpful. Freeze Rag. Freezing Rag could be okay. If I use that, I can't freeze Rag. So this can go here. 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 We can be at 50 something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of all that. I'm looking for cheese and I'm looking for the Frosty Boy. I want Frosty Boy and I want cheese because the earlier I get them, the better. And they're also 3 drops, so they're good in my. You know, I need them. Darn it. I love being tolerated. Sorry, man. I hate cancer. Me too. Me too. All my homies hate cancer. It's mostly you guys. I'm gonna take Rising Waves, actually. Yeah. 1 mana Rising Waves wouldn't be so bad, but... it's funny because a 3 mana Void Scripture is a lot worse. Fuck you. Got a coin. I'm actually gonna play this one.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Maybe it can be like Rising Waves kills some stuff. Is it wild that Violence Portal is still relevant? That card was so broken in Arena and it's still decent. Well, they have buffed it. They changed it to 6 damage and a 6 cost minion. For 5 and a 5, it probably wouldn't be a particularly strong card, which is kind of crazy to think about. Damn. Alright, well, give me some help, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Alright, he needs to play like a 4/4. He swings here, that dies, I take 4, and then I can kill them both. So some of the cards... oh, that's great. Okay. I mean, gaining a lot of life, but I can actually clear that. And do I go here? How do I gain life? I need to actually get my Frosty Decor at some point. Coin. This is going down to 8. I'll have 6. I can coin to 7. I definitely take the coin here. I could coin the 2, or next turn I can coin 7s. The problem is he can ping and chop, and I'll take the 3. Whereas if I play this, I don't have to take the 3, potentially. Shit. It's not enough for this to clear. I guess I can shoot that. He only has 1 power on the board. Can't hold out for that. Alright, no Muncher. Incoming. Right now. No Muncher. Sets are in? That's a good question. Sunken City, March of the Lich King are the 2 that came back.
This party is to die for.
And then... some other crap. Sunken City, Perils in Paradise, Whizbang's 10-year anniversary, Core, Sunken City, did I say that already? March of the Lich King. I think there might be one other one. It's basically standard minus Showdown in the Badlands and the Rock and Roll set, plus March and Sunken City. Those two swapped. It was all standard and then those two swapped. I mean, I'm at 14, 4, 5, 8.
Where did I leave?
Gain something. The longer I wait, the more mana I'll have to use the turn I play this. Take some trades with a big nasty board like this and maybe get a wave. I think I get the armor from this too. One of my biggest misplays in Hearthstone Arena is probably never playing Gnome Muncher because my opponent hadn't played a gnome for it yet. I understand. Play mage with shaman hero power. Are they doing the exact inverse? And they are doing the exact inverse. They are doing the exact inverse. I need a hex this turn, and then we're cooking. Just hex. Could get buy one, get one freeze. Could get a burn spell. Could whiff and be in deep doo-doo.
Reality. Whoa.
The Queen's power is beyond your comprehension.
I feel like I might be able to get through it without throwing away my minions. If this was a 5/9, we double trade. Summon a couple shitters and play the wave. 6 is good. We have another Artificer, so we can gain another chunk of armor potentially. Does a lot of damage to us. Well, it's an expensive spell at least. Trade some stuff. We can look for some stuff. Can't look that much. My minion's dying. I'm losing another thing here. Shoot.
There is little time.
Darn. Okay, I am in trouble again. Shooting Star? Shooting Star is actually kind of good here. I have to kill that thing. Order Lul on the game. I don't have that much mana, right? I need to shoot in there. Trade in there. Hit in there. I need like a cheap freeze or something. What mana freeze?
Time runs out on me.
Shooting Star buy me anything here. Could clear that stuff. I think I just take it. Feels a little bad because we could have done that and done more. If I wanted the mana flexibility, depending on what the tide pools gave me. I didn't want a totem. I wanted to like 1 mana freeze this, and then if he flame strikes, I wouldn't be taking 8 here. Fire Lens, Fire Elemental. Yeah, that trade is very good for us. Ping is maybe not the end of the world. I guess if I'm trading... This is awkward. What if I hex there? I should have...
I wonder.
No. 3-3-1. Get a minion down or start discovering? I just don't want to give him anything. I can't push that much damage here. Anyway. I don't know. Maybe get cute and freeze his face. You miss a little damage, but he can't use a weapon. But Shaman only has 2 weapons. Just Tempest Hammer and the spell damage weapon. I love it when I get random subs from channels I've never watched or will ever watch. Maybe you'll go check them out, though.
Watch as I pull. Oh no.
Could backfire for him. It has backfired for some of us. Some of the time. Well, sure. Could backfire. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're waving here. So we want to actually freeze his face.
It was right here.
Matvikaru, thank you for your follow. I read that name perfectly.
The calm before the storm.
Job's done.
What does this card do? When you draw a minion, summon a 1/1 copy of it. Not the worst with Poacher. Not the worst with Artificer, if I, need to gain a chunk of life. It's not good, but... Does Mage have nature spells? Thinking of nature, drafting reflexes. It does not. So you will get Shaman spells from reflexes, lightning. Hope we get our choose one cards. I mean, if you had a buy one, get one freeze, you'd use it here, right? Or here. So you must not have one. Which means we're safe here unless he top decks one.
Eureka!
I need to refill my water too. Dang it. You're never gonna watch those other channels ever? I've checked out. I feel like I watched Katie Benz because I got a random sub there and I had never been there before, and she's really great. She's a really nice person. And the other guy, actually that's a distant third in terms of OP threes, but still on 3, kind of overpowered here. You drink tap water? I have a filter, but I do drink tap water sometimes. Oh, that's a different OP3 drop. Different reasons. Decent 4 too. Funny, we can find damn, I don't know which one. Man, they're both so good here. I played the cheese yet? One time. We got 3/5 drops, and we got a 5-mana 10/10 rush, and a 5-mana 7/7. But we were already ahead, it didn't really matter, but I mean, when you're ahead and you roll something like that, you kinda can't fall behind. Okay, I gotta get stuff out of my hand because we'll be drawing 2 cards a turn. This made a card, this draws a card. We can go 4-1, but I don't really want to play the fish unless I'm playing all the fish. So if I need them, I'm not opposed to going 3 fish and a 2. If I can be putting some pressure on him and keeping this guy healthy, then I'm going to use the fish for that. Could also just play this 3 and this 2, depending on what he does. Better go for 8, 9, or 10 drops. 8s are better than 9s. And 10s. I mean, you could also take the free kill. Okay, so I go down to 7, go up to 8, I draw to 9. Alright, I'm just gonna get this down. Because the fish do get better if you can hold them. Because now you can deal 10 damage instead of 6 with 4. Kill a lot of things. Jano Gavin, thank you for your follow. Matvikru, Fusir, let's just call him Fusir. And what is he doing? Coining out a Hajamite. So he'll trade the 3-1. The fish, we can go 2 fish plus a 4 here. We can go 1 fish and trade that guy. Let's go fish, fish, 4. I wouldn't mind this one, but my hand's so full. Small stuff, let's take the spell. I wouldn't mind that, but my hand's gonna be too full still. Definitely real followers? I think those were real followers. Is anybody here a new follower? Is anybody here watching that wants to chat that
Amazing.
hasn't said anything yet today? My side of the board would be fair. Nice. Doesn't draw anything, right? Oh, right. I mean, he draws, but he's burning. Friendly. Wow. Gained a lot. Certainly gained a lot of
Incredible. Amazing.
Yeah, that spell actually kind of helps them. Because I have mana. So it was kind of like 1 mana pyroblast me a little.
I'm ready.
But what are you gonna do? Rather just not skip my turn. So I'm gonna draw up to 9 if he kills this. Oh, but 10 if he kills them all. I want to say something. Rook Redbeard, what's up, Chisam? Yarwoo, hey, there you go. There's a new person. That is a person. Wait, they're not following though. We gotta get Yarwoo to hit the follow button. What are we at? 3 6s? I'm gonna hold it. See if I can just make other plays. Not to call that guy out, but now Yarwoo's following. Because he didn't trade, I don't burn a card. Not that it's the biggest deal, but I'd rather not burn a card if possible. And they have allowed that to be possible. I'm gonna play some fish again to get this stuff out of my hand. And I guess I'm gonna do this. Does not thin my hand, but may allow me to play these. Alright, let's do the math real fast. I'm at 7, 8, I go up to 9, so I do just throw this away. I think I could still burn a card if he kills this. But removing some of his armor might make a sanitize a little worse. Shield slam. Somebody shield slammed me. I drafted shield slammed earlier today. Fishmaster at work. It's a beauty to behold how Red handles his fish. Handle my fish? It is a beautiful thing. 1, 2, 3. 2. Just need board space. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I think, is save a fish again. Let's do it like this. Let's see if we get a rush here. We're back at the point where we are back at the point where we're not in danger of burning cards. What's better to have? 3 8s, 9s, or 10s? It depends what you get. Let's go with 10s maybe. It's better to play it on 8 than 10 more often than not, but I don't think we've needed to do it. So we're just putting pressure on him, we're clearing his board, and we're forcing him to have an answer. And then if he has a brawl, Then we just play the fish, the cheese after.
Yado.
Seem to have that undeniable talent. We're gonna do the same thing we did last time, only this time we're going second, and mull hard for the 3s. I would keep some things. I'd probably keep a Nimbus, menacing. I mean, maybe a Piranha Poacher. We're also gonna be probably pretty quick to play the Energy Shaper here. It might just be these 3 spells. So it gets a little awkward. Energy Shaper is a little awkward for us. Because if we top deck the Tsunami, we want to wait. Now, I mean, we're going to go Poacher before Shaper.
The loss will be mourned and
Take shelter.
Start to argue the miniaturized coin Shaper when you can't get the frost spells out. I do play a bit of BGs at the moment because trinkets are fun. That's cool. I haven't played any. I saw Dreads getting really mad about trinkets. About Battlegrounds, and he was saying like the game is stupid and it's broken because he was losing a lot. And I thought, you know what, trinkets must be good. You must require a lot of skill. Poor guy top 8 at 4 games in a row. Oh no, that's not good. He cooked too hard. He thought he was playing plate up with that type of that level of cooking, burning everything. The kitchen was on fire. All right, pretty straightforward, I think. We'll see what we get. I'm not sure if there is a frost spell that I would cast and skip Energy Shaper for here. But a 2 mana, oh man, that's pretty sick. Alright, we're gonna really hurt him next turn. Also, that's kind of unfair too. Also, this is kind of unfair. I like it. 2 left. We want another trial, though, is the thing. Fiddle Performers is stupid with that. I could do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably better than trial, though, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Amazing.
Vengeance! 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 Enjoy your
Job's done.
Incoming opponent quitting Hearthstone. Incoming corpse explosion. Into full clear my board. No taunts. Bit of a bummer there, actually. I mean, obviously, things are going well for us, but a little bit of a bummer. Actually, can't play any cards, and I can't trade anything off. And then for anybody wondering what some of these do, this is whenever you target it, whenever I target it with a spell, it deals 3 to a random enemy. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. I need another wave, but it's gonna cost full price.
I found a sea urchin.
Take this. Just take this. Play this.
We stand together! We stand together! We stand together!
Soul Stealer seems like a good, too good for Arena? Yeah, it's good. It's good. Pretty crazy wave synergy. Army into wave. Yeah, Army's good. My issue is I need the taunts.
Sorry, Squishy, I'm working.
I need to roll taunts so that this becomes a viable card too. I mean, he's very clearly, very easily dealt with and fully healed a couple times already. We need to do what we did like 4 more times probably. 2, 1. Oh, I can play this one, can't I?
What to do?
What happened to no one left behind?
Actually, that isn't what I wanted. I could get an extra thing this way. I should have played this one. I could have just done that, couldn't I? Or maybe not. No, I guess I couldn't do that. Okay, trash, 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 good, good. But no taunts. Where do I get taunts? Frosty Decors? 1-4? What do we do with these? Buy one, get one freezes? I feel like these matches, the other guy always finds a clear. Every match, every opponent finds a clear in every game. Must be killing the 12-12.
Succumb to the eternal cold.
It's the best daddy wing. What would mine do? Oh, that's the original one. Okay, believe it or not, I actually get to push a little damage. Holy shnikes. Okay, got the wrong got the wrong frost spell. Not great, not great. Guess I'm just gonna take runes. Try to mess with him a little bit. I guess Chalice is probably better. Let's just do this so I can get this in my hand now. Alright, there's a buy one, get one freeze at least. And he's gone. Everybody's gone. He has more cards than us. He has more health than us. We've summoned 2 like 5 mana 30/30s. I mean, we had to do other stuff. Oh, I need to get a copy of a taunt from him. Yeah, I need him to summon a big taunt. Problem is, I probably need to do it here. Could use the fish. Maybe I can get more buy one, get one freezes. Scripture for later or glyph for now? Let's take scripture for later. I will just consent to having to play that. I don't know if I should be doing this because my hand's full. Counter spell? A cheap spell? As a spell. This card's just not that good without, it's not that good without spell damage. I'm trying to find something better, I think. Okay, we are on a fine clock now. It's too full. I go back up to 9, is that right? I need more mana this turn. Get one on the big guy.
It is in death that we are truly tested.
2, 3, 3. I need the cheese too. Just don't have that much AoE. I mean, I could double trade into 6-4. I don't love that. Maybe I can find it here. There's just not that much. It's like Blizzard. It's like, you know, cheap spot removal. There is some. Frost Strike, buy one, get one freeze. Could use the fish to chip away. Kinda bad. These are good hits for me. And the weapon to kill the cheese man. Okay. Let's start here.
Another snap.
Good cards, for sure.
Hear that crackling?
Insanely good cards. Those were two good frost spells. Almost all the frost spells are good, though. Hydration Station. Does it say resurrect 3 of your different highest cost taunt minions? So I actually don't get 2 of those. Unfortunately. He took Tsunami. I don't think he's taken anything from us, has he? Darn it. I played last during Boomstay. What is Arena now? It's different. Some would say it's better. Some would say it's worse. Oof. 1 mana full clear. And spot clears that healed him. That's kind of rough. Meltamental. Guess I could find something here. Could at least freeze it. Could kill it. Have to use a fish. I think I'd rather just freeze it. Next turn, gotta be a miracle. Use deck's grazing? Yeah. Our deck is 10-0 and is kind of cruised to 10-0, and his deck makes our deck look mediocre. But, you know, we'll try our best to get a Flame Strike here. Tsunami would be cool, I can't cast it. Get a taunt here. Did get a taunt. Couldn't use the fish. I need to be shooting his face, don't I? And he has so many cards. I mean, I want to get this down. If I trade, I guess I can trade. I can keep it alive. Maybe that is better to just keep it alive. Shoot here, take off a taunt.
Time runs out on me.
I think the argument is that I can't get really anything else meaningful down. I could play a Sand Dart Elemental, but it doesn't really help me. If this had taunt or something, maybe. I'm at 24. I'm not that afraid of Alexander's right now. I am afraid of it, though. What do you shoot? The lifesteal? It's gonna go to sudden death? No, we're taking 3 per turn. We'd be dead before we reached fatigue. Still pretty far away from the cheese being good enough. no idea what's in there. Could be a Sunwell, could be the healing card. I think that's actually good for us that he hit that.
My hand is too full.
2, 3, 4, 1. Counterspell? Not totally irrelevant. His whole hand is spells, but could gunk him up. I can go 7. I can go 2, 3, play the cheese. It's not bad. Great 5s. Very good 5s. Rush that buffs. Reasonably statted minion. Card that is immune to AoE. He probably could have done that better because it's guaranteed. It depends what else I guess he has. Molten Rune. It's guaranteed to be counterspell there. Or 3. There's nothing I can do. He has to gain the life. I mean, I could roll. Go 4. I can get this one countered. Actually, I could get another good card here. Get this countered, but I feel like I need the burn. If I play this, I can't play these anyway.
What to do?
What other spells do I have in my deck? I have Tsunami. I have Spell Coiler. What does it do for me if I use it this turn versus not using it? I don't know. I thought that was going to get countered. Why not use the Corpsicle? Oh god, you're right. I don't know why I didn't do that. I'm still playing as though it's counterspell. My bad. Give him a little chance here, maybe. Let me just check one thing real fast. Okay, let's see. Hit here. Let's, I guess, shoot one of these, then. And then hit here. And then we'll be 1 off because we didn't do the thing. And then we'll blame RNG if we lose. Red baiting chat activity. Yeah, I mean, I get paid per message. Oh my god, wait, this thing's up too?
I'm ready to be just like you.
Not Fireland's face. I mean, if he's at 1, it kind of doesn't matter now. I'm not going to get a minion. If he clears this board, I may need the minion. Are you sure you get paid per message? I do, yeah. Is that the reason you made me a VIP? Yeah, I get paid $5 per message. Okay, I'll actually have to count damage if both of these things are on the board. Scorch! Hero powers is there, or what? Gains him 2, but leaves up a 3. Oh, but he gets to trade. Tsunami top deck incoming. Pretty cool game. One of the best, right? But I hope you had a good stream. And it's great to have you here. I hope we can get this win for you. I dedicate it, of course, to Amaranth, my favorite streamer. Honorary mention to McBanterface. Organon Curve in Arena. Yeah, we actually haven't had it much. What I've also done, Mr. McBanter, in this deck is have watercolor on Curve. And it's been drawing... Oh no. it's actually been a debate in my head whether to go for a discounted Tsunami or to go for my cheese. My problem is I have one other Frost spell. I have a Frosty Decor. Did I just get Direwolf Alpha'd? Choice. If you hit Tsunami, I think this is better than the cheese. What I kind of like is if I hit Frosty Decor, then I can play Frosty Decor for 4 next turn. Holy shit. This guy's going all in on Direwolf Alphas. And it's kind of working. How was your stream? Things went well, I hope? TwitchCon, very close. He didn't draw anything. This guy's playing a 2016 special over here.
Mind if I roll knee?
7.
Take it easy.
I don't know. I could probably trade just because when I play like these cards, I'm gonna win the game. But it's good. Not been super interested in Hearthstone the last couple weeks. So I've been taking it easy. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it sometimes. Just take a break, you know. Sometimes this game can drive you fucking crazy. Ah, did I go for a cheese? Tsunami next turn. I could just go 3 and 2. I probably have to do that just because I don't have anything else to do here. But it's in the pool, so I can choose between Tsunami, Cheese, and something else. I also don't have to play Tsunami. This card's almost as broken as the Cheese and Tsunami. This clears this whole board, you know, maybe. So he can fully clear, and then I just Tsunami on an empty board. Doesn't necessarily win the game, but it kind of wins the game.
That's incredible.
Shut the hell up. Easy 12. I would imagine we're favored from here. Oh wait, now I gotta grab my cheese though. If he's still playing.
Your end is nigh.
Card is very good. I could just grab another Tsunami, honestly. Just play it again on 10. You know what I should have done? I should have used the fish here. Also could have just traded and used the 7. Okay, this was wrong. I kind of thought I was going to take my, Bees this turn. Thanks, guy, for your follow. Wait, it's not a bad turn. You watched the trailer yet? No. Trailers I don't really sweat, because if I do the trailers for like 70% or whatever, it's fine. 5-0, because a Wave of Nostalgia. Wave of Nostalgia can be quite good. As can, this guy. Alright guys, congratulations on the 12-0. You can get close to the max? Oh, I mean, I'm way over the max right now, but like the difference between the max and like 80% of the max is like $10, you know? 65%, 12-0 is so good. 10-0 is the real boss. 11-0, 10-0 and 11-0 were tough games. I mean, we went first, we had Gorgon Zormu and our Frozen guy, and we hit Tsunami. Those weren't fair games. We didn't get too many games like that this run, but the games we did, just they weren't fair, right?